I'm Katie Knight and welcome to Can You Put Me on Guest List. Today, my guest is the lovely Lydia Laws. Lydia is the founder and director of Lydia Laws PR, an international boutique PR agency for artists, labels and event brands specializing in electronic music. Now in its third year, her current roster includes Sasha, BLOND, Matador, Andres Campo, Last Night on Earth, Rony, Seikaly and Elliot Adamson, alongside exciting, fresh talent, and has worked with artists such as Dusky, Burridge, Art Department and All Day I Dream. Lydia is deeply interested in promoting and encouraging positive environmental change within the electronic music industry and beyond, and is a key member of Bye Bye Plastic, a plastic-free initiative founded by Blondish.
From the PR side, it's something that I'm really passionate about. I think if I wasn't working in music, I would be working in something environmentally related. And it's just been really great from a PR side to be able to kind of push that out there. I think we can all play a part in changing things for the better. We all have some influence, whether it's we're presenting on the radio or whether it's we're working in PR, or even for people to get their artists on board, people to kind of see what's going on and think, okay, actually, well, I'm working with these people, why don't I pitch the eco riders to them?
In this episode, we talk about how DJs get magazine covers, the key skills that every great publicist needs, finding the balance between a career and personal life, environmental change within the electronic music industry, and much more. We actually recorded this podcast outside in Ibiza, which is why you can hear the birds tweeting and the odd rooster, but it was really nice to record this surrounded by nature and in the sunshine. So I hope you enjoy it. This is Lydia Laws on Can You Put Me on Guest List. Lydia, hello. How are you?
Hello, I'm good. Thank you. How are you?
Oh, I'm good. It's so nice to see you.
I know. It's been months.
I know.
ADE, I think.
It must have been ADE. We only see each other twice a year, don't we?
Yeah.
But it's always so nice when I get to
wonderful.
see you. We speak all the time, but we never really get to see each other much.
So nice.
Welcome to Ibiza.
Thank you. It's so nice to be back.
Oh, it's nice. We're doing this outside today. I think this is actually the first podcast I've ever done outside.
Very nice. You can hear the roosters crowing in the background.
You can. The sound of the swimming pool, the birds tweeting. It's lovely.
Yeah, it's lush. It's really nice being back.
How have you been?
Yeah, good. Really busy. Yeah, everything's going great.
Yeah.
Work's good. Yeah.
When was the last time you were in Ibiza?
So I was here for less than 24 hours last summer when I was on tour with Blondish.
Oh, yes, that's right.
Yeah, so it was Gardens of Babylon, Tomorrowland, straight to Ibiza, Blue Moon, and then home. It was
in 24 hours?
So, as in, we spent about a day in each place.
Oh, wow.
But I think it was about 18 hours or something I was in Ibiza.
Fun.
Fitted in as much as possible in that time.
Oh, it's nice to have you back here, though.
Thank you.
I stay for a few more days this time.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, so let's just start off by talking about how you... Sorry, that just makes me laugh. The sound of the... Sorry, guys.
Getting right involved.
Yeah, right involved. Let's start off by talking about how you got into the dance music industry. Where did you begin and how did you get to where you are now?
Okay, so it's actually only happened over the course of maybe six years properly. So I did a lot of internships in events and PR in charities and things like that, doing all the PR and event side of things, and journalism as well. Wrote for a few different papers and stuff at home, and then was loving the music and kind of thought, why don't I start doing music journalism, because then I can kind of combine the two things that I love. And then I was writing for a few local blogs at home, and then I saw the Ibiza Spotlight internship come up and applied and got it.
What year was this?
2013.
Okay.
So then I went to Ibiza for the first time ever to do a season in 2013 for Spotlight.
So you hadn't even been to the island
I'd never been to the island
I'm
before.
just going to go for it.
Gonna do it. I was definitely going to do a season that year, one way or another. But then the Spotlight job came through. So I did that for the summer. And then when I got back, wrote for Pulse and a few other people, and then got a job at Neighbourhood doing PR. So then I kind of switched over to the PR side.
Nice.
And then 3 years ago, almost to the day, I started up Lydia Laws PR.
Oh,
So,
3 years.
I know, it's been the fastest 3 years.
I remember when you started.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It has gone really quickly, hasn't
It's actually really scary how
really
fast.
quickly.
Yeah.
So what clients do you have right now? Who are you working with?
Okay, at the moment I'm working with Sasha, Blondish, Matador, Andres Campo, Gab Rome, John Mandel, and a few other little projects and stuff. So I do like Last Night on Earth, and like Ruckus and things like that. So yeah.
Nice. So what would a normal day look like for you?
It's the sort of job, like, you'll know yourself, like, there just isn't a normal day.
Yeah.
So, like, and it also depends, like, on the season as well. So, like, at the moment, it's literally, like, I'm in Ibiza until Friday. Then I fly to Glasgow to Riverside Festival. I'm there all weekend. And then I fly to Amsterdam for Free Your Mind. So it's literally, like, festivals, Ibiza, like, everything. Or sometimes it's me sitting at home in my pajamas, like writing press releases and like trying to get people on like Radio 1 and stuff like that. So it's like, it really just depends. But a lot of emails, quite a lot of writing, and lots of traveling.
Yeah.
Kind of photo shoots and stuff like that.
So it's obviously not a 9-to-5 job. You can just be working crazy hours as well.
Yeah.
So how do you go about balancing your career and your personal life?
I think that's a really good question. And it's something that I think I find quite difficult. Especially because it's your own business, like you're investing in yourself when you put more time into it. So if I'm working like until 1 o'clock in the morning, it's because I'm putting that time in for my business and like investing in me growing. So it's so easy to kind of get caught up in that. And then because it's something that you love, like it's music and you love being around it and being involved in it, it means that sometimes like a social event turns into work because there's such a crossover.
Yeah.
Which I'm sure, yeah, exactly. So I think it's just having that time, like I've started going surfing.
Wow.
And going surfing like first thing in the morning when the sun's coming up is like my time to like zone out from work completely. It's nothing to do with music. I'm not looking at what the time is. I'm not having to be aware of something. And like things like that, like hobbies or something that you love that you can do, which like you can zone out from everything else and just enjoy doing that, gives you such a fresher head for when you're kind of switching into work mode.
I'm exactly the same. Like in the morning, I have to work out. If I'm going to work out, it has to be in the morning because there's no way during the day I would be able to work and at 4 p.m. go, I'm going to take an hour's break and go for a run. How do people do that?
I don't know how people do that either.
I always, and that's something I want to work on as well, because I always feel really guilty when I'm sat at home and maybe it's like 5 p.m. or 6 p.m. and I probably have like an hour spare. Instead of taking that time to maybe watch something on TV or read a book or do something that I enjoy, I feel guilty for not working. I'm like, I could be doing this right now. I could be doing something else. So it's really hard to try and find that balance and know when that cutoff point is.
It is really hard. I think it's this thing that we're all like have drummed into us when we're younger. Like the more hours you work, the better you're doing and like the harder you're working. And it's like, that isn't the case at all. Like if sometimes when I'm traveling, like my work is like condensed into like a few hours in the morning because of like things that I'm working on or things that I've got to do or when I'm kind of on the road or something. But I actually know that I get more done in those like 3 hours than sometimes you do when you're kind of sitting there at your desk for a while because you just have to focus. Yeah. But I still feel guilty. And it's the same as like, you know, if you kind of hit a wall with something and you're like, no, I'm going to push through it because I need to. And it's like, no, like take an hour, go for a walk, like do something different, like
and come back to it.
Go for a coffee with a friend, like take a break and come back to it and you will actually get it done.
Yeah.
But it's so much easier said than done.
It is. No, I'm exactly the same. It is really, really hard. I've actually started every morning I'll wake up and I'll write a list of the things that I should only concentrate on because otherwise if I have my list of everything I'll just go from one to the other. I'm like, oh, let me just stop
That's what I do. That's how I do. And then I don't do anything else
and I never complete anything because I just do a little bit here and a little bit there and I'm like, I should just concentrate on each task one by one and try and get it done. But
I'm exactly the same.
So what are the key skills that every great publicist needs?
I think you need to have a really strong sense of self and like back yourself all the time. And I think that's something that everyone struggles with, that sort of imposter syndrome. Like, I think it's one of those things where you know what is best for your client and you have to remember that. You have to really believe that because you might get a client who like kind of, obviously it's great to have a vision of where you want to be, but sometimes it might be out of like kind of not in line with where they're at the moment, or it's a bit, their expectations aren't quite right. And I think you need to have the strength to kind of be like, to be able to tell them what they can achieve or what's possible, or kind of give them a kind of more realistic timeline. And sometimes that can feel like you're being kind of like, I don't know, a bit of a misery guts, because you're having to kind of be a bit real with them. But I just think the clients who understand that and respect that, they're the good ones that you want to have anyway. And you need to just trust yourself, because you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
And that's your expertise. I think that's a really key one. And just not taking things personally. Like, you get so many no's all the time, because that's just how it is. Like, you're pitching out so many things, and there's so many great artists out at the moment.
Do you mean no from like media?
Yeah, so you get so many no's from media for things that you're pitching, and you just have to learn not to take it personally.
Yeah.
Because sometimes it can feel like just kind of like an avalanche of no's.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, this is just too much. But then you'll get a yes to something really special, and you'll be like, yeah, that's the good feeling.
That was actually one of my questions I was going to say to you. Can it be tricky sometimes to get like an article or a cover or something that you want from the media, because there is just so much out there, and there's so many publicists and so many artists, so it kind of feel like a bit of a fight to see who can get in.
Yeah, it's a bit like, and it can be quite tough as well when, obviously, like for me, that's kind of why I work with the artists that I work with, or I'm careful who I take on, because you don't want to kind of have too many artists who are similar, because then you're pitching, they're kind of fighting for each other. You're almost kind of like fighting them off against each other for like a certain feature, because there's only like 12 covers for a certain magazine, or, you know, there's only like however many essential mixes, and it's just, you don't want to have your clients, you don't want to have to play favourites with your own clients.
Yeah, of course.
So it's good to have people in different areas or at different levels and different sounds. But yeah, I think it's just like staying creative with your ideas, always coming up with some sort of new angle that you can use, and kind of almost not taking no for an answer as well. If you pitch something and they say no, like, you kind of start with the highest level of something you want to pitch. And if they're like, nah, like, that's not kind of gripping me, then you'll kind of be like, okay, well, what about we try this? Or like, why don't we like go down this angle instead? Or, you know, maybe do something on social media, or like do something filmed, because that's something that that artist really likes to do. So it's just kind of playing to the artist's strength, and just, kind of not taking it personally when there's a no.
I bet it's great, actually, now you just mentioned social media, that now if you can't maybe get into the magazine or the platform, at least there's like the option of social media now, and anything can be done.
Yeah, exactly. Right? If your artist is kind of open to doing like video features and stuff like that, it makes things it opens up a lot more doors, definitely. Yeah.
What should an artist look for in a publicist before deciding to take them on?
Well, I think they should just look up Lydia Laws PR, to be honest. I'm joking. Just go on my
Google Lydia Laws PR.
Google me and all my wonderful successes. No, I think the most important thing is like going with someone who knows your sound, knows where you sit in the market, and you feel is going to have the time for you. So, for example, if I'm putting a pitch together for an artist, I'll make it really clear in that pitch that I know them. Like, I know what sort of music they like, that they're playing, I know what they like. I can see where they're going to fit in the market and that sort of thing, because I think that's what's really important.
Yeah.
So if you're an artist looking for a publicist, I think it's checking in, like, you know, who else is on the roster? Do you think that they're realistically going to have time? Because obviously there are going to be people who will just kind of say yes to anything.
Yeah.
So you want to make sure that you're not kind of slotting in somewhere extra where you're kind of always going to be a bit forgotten about.
Yeah.
Especially for like upcoming artists.
So it's kind of what you were saying before, making sure that there aren't similar profiles on your roster as well, right?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, that's really the publicist should be the one to kind of be honest about that decision. But I just think it's quite handy for the artist, especially if you're taking on a publicist for the first time, to have a bit of a kind of clearer idea. Or, you know, maybe even if there's an artist who you really respect, who you kind of want to follow that career path of, then that could be quite handy. So you could be like, oh, I really like how that artist is kind of being marketed, or how they've kind of been put out there to the public. So I kind of want to like replicate that for myself sort of thing. So that can be quite handy. So I think it's just having those honest, like open conversations from early on and kind of making sure that they know what you're trying to achieve with your career and that sort of thing as well.
So a question that I had for you that I've always wondered about is DJs on the covers of magazines.
Yes.
Okay. Just because I'm really curious, how does that actually work? Do people pay to be on covers, or is it just literally because a magazine will be like, we want you on our front cover of our magazine? How does that work?
Okay, so it's a total mix. So some of them are paid.
Okay.
And some of them you pitch for, or they'll come to you. So like the Sasha DJ Mag USA one that we did a couple of years ago, I pitched that. So then you obviously have to put together the big pitch for it. I think the one that he did for DJ Mag UK, they came to us and they were like, okay, we think it's time for another Sasha cover.
Yeah.
I can't remember at this point, but yeah, so it depends. So a lot of the time it'll be you kind of pitching for something, especially with the likes of Mixed Mag and DJ Mag.
Yeah.
It's like, so I think when you're putting together a pitch for a cover, you need to have like 3 key things. That's kind of the best way to look at it. Like, you know, whether there's like an album, like a big tour coming up, and like something else, like some kind of key hooks that you can use.
So if there was just like one key thing, they'd probably be like, no, this isn't strong enough.
Yeah, unless, I mean, yeah, I think it's one of those things where sometimes they have like, sometimes magazines will have like kind of up and coming artists on the covers now, which I really like. It's not all about, you know, it can be someone like a bit like who's still kind of like a rising star but doing something special in their genre, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Which I really like. But yeah, I think it's about having that hype or that kind of momentum behind the artist, and there's some really cool things happening, and there's like a bit of a mix of stuff going on. So, or if it's a really special album, or if it's a special anniversary of their label, that sort of stuff, and then there's a tour around it. So I think there needs to be quite a lot of like power behind it. Yeah.
But it all depends.
Yeah, and obviously it depends what they want to do with the other covers. I mean, this is just my personal opinion, I think.
Yeah.
But it's like, obviously they'll kind of look at I would assume that they look at like the 12 months and they're like, okay, so if we've got this person on this cover, then we don't want to have 2 people who are too similar.
Yeah.
Or in the same kind of, like, maybe the same residency or something. Just as that's kind of a...
Yeah, no, I guess.
From my
they're not
side,
going to have like January somebody and then February somebody that's quite similar.
Yeah, exactly. I think a mix, like diverse, yeah.
So you're deeply interested in promoting and encouraging positive environmental change within the electronic music industry and beyond. In what way have you been able to contribute to this change with your work so far?
So at the moment I've worked with BLOND for the last couple of years, but we've launched her like Bye Bye Plastic initiative, which is basically all about changing. So it's kind of like a 2-stage thing. It's getting artists to sign up to like an eco rider. So they're not going to have any plastics on their rider. So everything in the DJ booth and stuff like that backstage is going to be plastic free.
Wow.
So it'll be...
a lot of artists changed it.
So many artists.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So many
what
artists.
A great idea.
It's amazing. Like, if I start saying names, I'm definitely going to miss some people off, but some massive artists have signed up for this. Like some agencies, some of the like the kind of biggest agencies have signed up and are like rolling it out across their whole roster. It's just huge. And I think it's so simple.
It's such a simple idea.
It's such a simple idea and it's so easy for people to do. And yeah, so then the next bit is kind of, and part of the rider as well is there's a contact that you can, like a hotline you can contact for Bye Bye Plastic, where one of the girls is kind of giving, basically she'll kind of give you, you can consult with her and she'll suggest some like plastic free alternatives. So they've done like so much work into kind of what we could be using instead of plastic cups. So like, and they've also kind of researched all the different compostables and biodegradable stuff to see what is actually really going to be compostable, because some of these things it says compostable or biodegradable, but actually it has to be at such a high heat that you wouldn't get that naturally anyway.
Ah, interesting.
So there's kind of this whole other level to it. And they've kind of like done all that. So yeah, so we basically are kind of in the process of launching and rolling that out. And it's been really great being a part of that from my side.
Yeah, I can imagine.
From the PR side, like it's something that I'm really passionate about. Like I think if I wasn't working in music, I would be working in something environmentally like related. And it's just been really great from a PR side to be able to kind of push that out there. I think we can all play a part in changing things for the better. Like we all have some influence, like whether it's like we're presenting on the radio or whether it's like we're working in PR, and we can kind of like, or even for people to get their artists on board, you know, people to kind of see what's going on and think, okay, actually, well, I'm working with these people, like, why don't I pitch the eco riders to them, that sort of thing.
Yeah. How are clubs responding to the changes in the riders?
At the moment, I think it's pretty positive. We've got a few kind of ideas up our sleeve, and there's some things that are going to be launching, and there's a couple of bigger brands. There's a really big brand that are kind of making quite a few changes at the moment, and I think in the next couple of months we should see some changes. And I think when that happens as well, I think that'll kind of be a catalyst to everyone else kind of joining in. I think once everyone starts doing it, and once the alternatives are made clear and it's shown how simple it can be, I think that it's just a no-brainer, to be honest.
And you're also doing the beach cleanup as well, aren't you? Is that part of Bye Bye Plastic?
Yeah, so we put together a panel for IMS this year. So it's saying bye-bye to plastic, how the music industry can evolve together for a greener future. So it's going to have loads of really great people on there from like Oceanic and like Ibiza Preservation Foundation and like Orca Sound Project and that sort of thing. And then after that, we'll be doing a beach clean. So we actually did a beach clean last August, which was really popular and successful. Like loads of other brands on the island got involved. So we're doing that on Thursday. And then the plan is to carry on doing them over the summer and kind of like partner up with different events and different brands and stuff, and kind of do different ones. And then I think like, you know, I was thinking like if one of the clubs partners with us and does a beach clean, like they can offer like wristbands or like cheaper entry or something to people who come to the clean, like little initiatives like that we can use to kind of get like the workers
just makes
involved.
Such a difference,
do you know what I mean? Because when you think
people
about
that are on this island as well,
and you think about the amount of people who come and the sort of state of the beaches halfway through the summer, and it's just that if we can find a way of motivating those people to like clear up after themselves, which sounds ridiculous, but or you know get involved, then are there a lot of big festivals making changes as well? I mean like festivals like Digital and Tomorrowland are like really kind of really good with that sort of aspect of things, like the whole like Leave No Trace, and Tomorrowland with their like the Leaf stage is all kind of like green, like eco, like no plastic, that sort of thing. And then also like Glastonbury banned plastic bottles, like single-use plastic bottles this year. So I think there's a lot of stuff happening. Glasgow are also doing like a big like stage with Oceanic, which is going to be like made out of like plastics. And then I think all the riders are going to be like, you know, kind of plastic free and everything. So
what other way can people in the industry contribute to the change?
I think just like keeping the conversation going at all times, and also keeping themselves aware of what's happening. Like it's so easy to kind of be a bit of an ostrich with everything that's going on and kind of bury our heads in the sand a bit. But like there's some really interesting articles. I think it was like Martin Guttridge-Hewitt, one of the journalists for DJ Mag, I think it was. He did a feature about how the music industry is like impacting the environment. And that was a really interesting read. It's things like, you know, like the travel, like the touring, like all that sort of stuff. Kind of actually like educating ourselves on those things and seeing how we can maybe help. You know, like if I'm going traveling, like I will try and like offset like carbon emissions on like planes and stuff. It's like it costs you like barely anything, and it makes a little bit of a difference. Or like, you know, just kind of maybe if you're working with different artists, like getting them involved in beach cleans. You know, it doesn't have to be through. It can literally just be them. And then you can do like a social media campaign, just, I think any way that people can just keep that conversation going and
I
educating
feel like
each
people
other.
are really open to help, aren't they?
Yeah, me too. It's been like seeing how it's developed in this project has been amazing because so many people are on board, so many artists are on board. And I think a lot of, even though it seems like such a simple thing, it hasn't been done. Do you know what I mean? I think now that people see how simple it is, they can make those changes and it's actually just going to be positive.
I bet it's really nice for you to work on something like this as well, because it's something different. Even though it's in the music industry, it's a different kind of project and really positive as well.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's one of the other things as well from a publicist side. Like it's keeping, I mean, I don't just want to work in music anyway. That was kind of, I love working in the music industry, but I also like the fact that it can branch out into different areas, whether that's like, obviously for me, that's like the eco side, or maybe it could be fashion or lifestyle, that sort of thing. But yeah, just kind of, it means that I'm always inspired by different things, or I'm kind of reading different magazines because I'm trying to pitch like Plastic or Viv for different media. So it kind of keeps your ideas fresh as well, because then you'll have ideas for the clients through it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it definitely works.
Are you getting a lot of your roster involved with Viv's project as well?
Yeah.
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 Come on, guys.
I'm not biased. We're just sign up to this. No pressure.
Oh no, that's really good. What would you say has been your biggest career highlight so far?
Oh, okay. I mean, obviously things like getting like magazine cover. Like I think getting my first cover, which was Sasha's DJ Mag USA one, was like a proper moment for me.
Yeah.
Because it was just like, yeah, I've done this all on my own. Like this is all my work. And then obviously there's things like Essential New Tunes on Pete Tong and like Annie Mac hottest record. That sort of thing is like a really special moment. But I have to say, I think actually just launching my own business.
And like, girl, good on you.
Literally, I couldn't have imagined it would work out so well.
Oh, you've worked so hard though. You should be so proud of yourself.
You know what? I am actually really proud of myself.
Good. I love it when people
I'm gonna just
that.
say actually
definitely.
I am. So that's definitely been my biggest career highlight. I think.
Nice.
Definitely.
Thank you so much for chatting with me.
Thank you for having me.
So nice. And it's so nice to see you.
You too.
I've got a couple of days of you here on the island.
I know. You'll be sick of me by the end of it.
Never, ever. Thank you, my love.
Thanks, love.
Bye.